All right, everybody, welcome back to the Sideshow. My name is Mingo.
This is Baby and Papa's dad.
What? Who?
Baby and Papa's.
All right.
Your kids got nicknames?
No.
Why not?
Because they ain't my friends.
They ain't even friendly to you, so you got a point there.
Exactly. Renter 1 and Renter 2. Hey, real quick before we get into anything, I'm gonna do something on this show that's never been done, and hopefully will never happen again. And we're going to set a new precedence right now. Okay. So last week, if you listened, we were talking about money and long money and blah blah blah, and I was arguing with you about people's choices are where they are, is why they are where they are. Remember that? You would say that it's because they made their choices and they bought, the big TV instead of saving, or instead of saving money or putting away for this, that, or the other thing. And I challenged you on that. And I'm going to apologize.
Wow.
And I'm going to tell you that you were absolutely right. And what happened is after the show, I really sat and thought, it was on my mind for about 2-3 days.
No shit.
After the show, yes. Because I have really worked on watching my triggers. And that was like when somebody tells you, oh, well, it's your choices. It feels like they're what's the word? Like they're talking about you, like they're coming at you about what's the word I'm looking for, Tony? Like they're talking down to you. You know what I'm saying? And so instead of saying, hey, you know what, you're right, because people can make the choices of, instead of buying a big ass TV, buy one that they can afford and save the rest of the money, or buy a used TV, save the rest of the money and buy what they want later, or make better choices with their money. You're absolutely right. I got heated only because I was fighting from that personal victim mentality instead of a mentality of abundance, or a mentality of, I'm not the victim. I've made these choices myself, and this is where I'm at. So, we're going to leave it at that. I've apologized. You were right. We can move forward.
So I can't.
Go ahead. One question.
No question. It's just that, number one, I wasn't directing it at you.
No, I know.
Okay. And it's just funny that my niece's baby daddy, Jesse, after he heard the episode, like Jesse, he's the type, once you get to know him, you can't necessarily believe everything he says is true. He's
Right.
always messing with you.
Right.
Always. You can never believe what he's saying off the bat.
Okay.
You can't take it at face value. So he was like, hey, man, I really liked the episode. I was like, what are you talking about? He goes, the part you guys were talking about money. I was like, all right, what's the punchline? He was like, no, serious. I'm like, come on. What are you going to hit me with? He's like, no, I'm being serious. I was like, really? He's like, yeah, I learned a couple of things. You should do something like that every week. I was like, nah, we won't be doing that.
Right.
But he was just like, no, he goes, I really liked it. It was good hearing, something that somebody does different.
Right.
That I would have never thought about.
Oh,
I was like, oh, wow, thank you.
Well, that's good. Well, at least they are getting something out of it. You know what I mean? Hold on. And that being said, don't forget, you can also email us at mingosmadhouse@yahoo.com if you want advice about your love life or things that are going on in your life. Trying to figure out, it'll be a new segment that we go forward, because Tony and I are so different in the way we look at things that we thought that you guys might enjoy hearing our takes on your life. So how was your weekend?
Love my wife to death.
Uh-oh. Oh, shit.
But the Thursday, Friday, and Saturday nights, I slept really good, man.
Really?
Dog, 78 degrees, no fan, slept with a sheet. It was nice. It's been a while. Didn't have to get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom.
Really?
Because I was cold.
Nice.
You know, because I move around a lot at night.
Okay.
So if I go to sleep with my blankets on, because I have a sheet, and 2 blankets.
Okay.
And sometimes I use the comforter as well.
Okay.
And so I move around a lot. So sometimes when my old lady wakes up in the middle of the night, she'll see that I uncovered myself, and she'll cover me. But it's one of those things that, if I wake up on my own, it's like I'm freezing. So I got to put everything back on me, and then I get too hot, But
you're kicking everything off.
Sleeping, it was nice. And the weird part was Thursday night and Friday night after work. I'll be honest with you, I went to my bedroom and I just stayed there.
Really?
Yeah, and then after a couple
you
hours,
ate all kinds of shit on there, huh? Things you normally wouldn't eat when you're old lady. You ate cookies. You ate all kinds of shit.
Well, Thursday night was KFC. Friday night was upper crust pizza. So I have to admit, yeah, it was kind of nice. And when I told her that, she's like, "There better not be no crumbs in that bed."
Tony woke up. His right side was upper crust encrusted Kentucky. He had some 7 herbs and spices on his right shoulder.
I slept very comfortably.
I got a question for Lucy.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I didn't even get nothing back.
No way.
I was a little disappointed.
We need to send him back.
My old lady came back and I was like, no White Castle hamburgers? She's like, I couldn't find a spot. I was like, I guess because you didn't look for one.
It's at the gas station on the way out of town.
They for some reason, bro, they went coming back.
Oh, the long way?
According to her, according to their phones, it was the short way to go through, like, what is it?
Like the top of Amboy where you go back and around through the desert?
No, through the, so you'd wind up on the 10 and have to head west.
Oh, okay.
What's that, Scirocco Summit past there? There's a...
Yeah.
For some reason, they came that way coming home.
That shit takes forever.
Bro, I was like, I don't even know why you would have done something like that.
That's like a 6-hour drive, dude. About there.
They according to their phone, it was the short way. I was like, I don't know.
You know why? Because you buy their ass an Android. There's a reason why you got to get, what do you call it, iPhones.
Back to Jesse.
Okay.
He actually said, he called me up after the recording, after he listened. He's like, dude, what do you mean you don't know about the Golden Nugget? The Golden Nugget's a great hotel. I was like, how is it a great hotel? I think it's probably been there forever. Yeah. He's like, bro, that's where I stay when I go.
Really?
And I was like, are you serious? He goes, dude, their pool is phenomenal. They got a shark tank at the pool. He was like...
The Golden Nugget?
The Golden Nugget, kid. He says the only problem is they have, I think he called them like the original towers. Okay. He goes, you don't want to stay there. He said, you want to stay... I think he referred to them as... He called them the Golden Towers.
Okay.
And those are the new ones.
That sounds too much like golden showers.
That's true, right? He goes, but if you stay at the old ones, it's like old. They are old. My old lady and my daughter were both like, this hotel is really nice.
Really?
Dude, they were like pleasantly surprised.
I never would have thought
I would have never thought either. They said that my niece, who showed up the day afterwards, did stay at one of the old towers, and they were like, yeah, that's mad ghetto.
Really?
But the new... dude, she was telling me they got... In the hotel itself, their restaurants, their fast food spot, they got Chick-fil-A up in there.
Oh, wow.
Saturday night, they ate at the steakhouse there at that hotel. I was like, really? They said the pool was beautiful. Service was great. They couldn't believe it.
I would have fucking died laughing. Dude, your old lady and your daughter and your son, the next time they go to a hotel to stay without you, they need to go with one of the testing kits and take a picture of them testing the water.
But there was a... Oh, go ahead.
How much was it to stay at the hotel?
I don't know.
If you don't mind me asking.
I don't know. Because they kind of split up the expenses.
Oh, okay.
One sister got the hotel to make it easier. My old lady got the rental van.
Okay.
So it was like one of those type deals.
Got it.
But there was a downfall.
What?
On Fremont Street. Go ahead.
I'm going to call... I just realized something. I'm going to call bullshit on your old lady right quick.
Ooh, those are fighting words.
I'm just gonna call bullshit right quick. Because if you go outside of the Golden Nugget and you cross the street, you're on Fremont Street. And at the end of that block, do you know what's there? A White Castle.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I'm 99% sure she puts like 1% effort to find me a White Castle.
She was probably pulling back in a Palm Springs and said, "Oh shit."
I was like, "You couldn't bring me back no pizza?" She was like, "You had pizza." I was like, "God, not from New York, the casino." Because I love me some New York pizza.
Is it really that good?
It's pretty good. Yeah, it's not bad. I ain't gonna lie. They were on Fremont Street watching like a band play.
Okay.
And there was like I'm assuming the half circle watching the stage type deal.
Correct.
My Uncle Domingo and he taught me this phrase called white boy games. You know what a white boy game is?
No.
It's generally done by white people, white dudes.
Okay.
When they start hanging out with their buddies, they start roughhousing. Bullshit, play wrestling.
Right.
Bullshit like that. We call that white boy games. Okay. So there was a group of guys behind her. I don't know if they were white, but doing white boy games. One dude pushed another dude drunk. They were drunk.
Of course.
Pushed another dude into my old lady. Causing my old lady to fall forward.
Oh, that's not good.
And looks like, according to the description, looked like she slid into home plate.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. She didn't get scraped or anything. However, she landed on her knees and her palms.
Her wrists hurt?
No, actually, she said nothing really hurt.
It's because she worked it out at the casino. Doing this, pushing the max bet button all weekend.
Damn, I should have had this ready for you. Hold on, don't move.
All right.
God darn it! Don't move. This was her that night.
Oh shit. So that's the knee she... obviously, that's the knee she landed on, right?
That's the knee that took the brunt of it.
Yeah, it looks like a softball.
Yeah, it looks like a softball growing out of it.
Oof.
So, turns out my daughter socked up the dude that did that to her. Punched him in the face. Apparently one of the other dudes came, apologized to her, da-da-da. So that... It didn't ruin her weekend, of course.
Right.
She, but she wasn't as mobile as
she wanted to be. Right.
And the worst part, she said, is they hadn't even started drinking yet.
Your daughter's gangster, dude. That's funny shit, though.
And here's the thing. And I told her, I said, it's because we have you know how you and your partner, you have your roles you play.
Right.
And between her and I...
You stand behind her.
Well, yeah, I nicknamed it domestic operations. She handles, shit with the kids, scheduling stuff. Somebody's birthday's coming up, she makes sure to get the gifts.
Right.
That's domestic operations. I'm what I call finance and security. I handle our money and I make sure we're going to be all right.
You handle the sand. I got you.
Exactly. So I told her, you didn't have finance and security with you. I said, because, of course, things always can happen.
Right.
But like you just said, I stand behind her. I'm looking around. I'm making sure everything's cool. If I see these dudes playing around, let's move 5 feet to the left.
Right.
Because these guys are getting a little, tipsy and acting fool.
They're getting a little rough.
Yeah, so let's just, and they I'm not saying that women are like this, but she doesn't tend to pay attention to her surroundings. You know what I'm saying? It's just she's there to have a good time.
That's funny because when you guys were in Seattle and even in New York, she was the one that seemed to be paying more attention to the surroundings than you were.
How you figure?
Because she would tell you, hey, put your money away. Look where you are. Like, stop flashing your cash. And
Okay, I'll give you that one.
you know what I mean? And there was another one that she had told you about. And I'm just like, damn.
Oh, you trying to be Team Hilda now? All of a sudden, you calling bullshit on her? Now you want to be you trying to get back in the graces?
Yeah, you know what I mean? I gotta make up for it because my birthday's coming. Chocolate chip cookies around the corner. Shit, we good.
But in general, you got to scope out the situation. You got to see, I walk into a restaurant, I'm looking around, I'm making sure everything's copacetic.
Right.
Versus just sitting down and looking at the menu. You got to look at these things.
Right.
That's all. But they had a great time. They said the pool was off the hook.
So how many of her sisters went?
All 3 of them. So there was 4 sisters.
Okay, so Hilda and 3 sisters.
Correct.
And your daughter.
My daughter and then my niece's daughter and her baby daddy showed up on Friday.
So there was 8 of them there.
4, 5.
Why didn't the baby daddy jump in?
What's that? Oh, he wasn't there yet.
Oh, okay. Woo. Well, maybe it's a good thing that it wasn't like a friends and family adventure, like, with all of us there. Like,
well, the funny thing is, it was just supposed to be the sisters' trip. The 4 of them, because
Right.
they went. Purpose of the trip is to go visit their aunt. They're very close with their aunt, their mom's sister. So that's they try to see her at least once a year. So then they said, okay, well, why don't we bring my daughter and my sister-in-law, my niece?
okay.
Still a girls' trip. But my niece couldn't make it because on Friday, they had like a back to school for their daughter going into kindergarten or maybe first grade.
Okay.
I don't know, but go to school, meet the teacher. So she was like, I can't make it. My daughter's got school.
Right.
So they were like, all right, cool. But then they decided, that should be over like by noon because it's in the morning. We could roll out, to Vegas for the weekend. And her baby daddy was like, yeah, cool, let's do that. But, it's supposed to be a girls' trip. But, who am I? Not my trip.
Maybe it was. I'm just saying. Like, it's just one of those things. Like, I guess it's kind of tough for some people to... Are they like newlyweds?
No.
Really?
Yeah, they've been together for a minute.
I'd been like, oh my God, thank God, go. I mean, have a great time, babe. You know what I mean? Speaking of that,
Before we move forward,
yes.
my stomach is kind of acting up a little bit.
Uh-oh.
So I'm waiting on a really good burp to get me through the evening. So if that happens, allow me to apologize now.
Do you want some Gas X pills?
Nah.
They're just like little pearls, bro.
How long does it take to kick in?
They're usually pretty quick.
What do you consider quick?
I don't know, 10, 15 minutes.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I'll be burping after 10, 15.
Usually, for me, that's how quickly they work.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm. But my belly is bigger than yours. It probably traps more gas, so I don't know. I don't want to tell you, that's how fast they work. And then you'd be like, at home texting me nasty.
It ain't going to have me giving the runs or nothing like that, is it?
Uh-uh.
You know what? I'll give it a try.
All right.
We'll pause.
All right. So I'm back. I lied. They're not gel caps. They're chewable tablets.
Relieves gas fast. Pressure, bloating, discomfort. That's exactly what I got.
There you go.
But I just don't want to fart.
You'll be fine, dude. If you fucking rip one and it stinks in here, though, we're gonna have problems.
My farts don't stink. It's cool.
To you.
Tastes like I'm chewing on a Pepto tab.
Yeah, kind of. Not bad. But you know what's funny is like when we were kids and we had tummy aches, it was drink 7-Up, drink Sprite,
Right.
or drink a Coke because they had the most gas. And for a while there, dude, and I'm a big fan of Pepsi, and I was drinking Pepsi, and I bought some again because it's like fucking $4 a 24-pack cheaper. So I bought it, but it doesn't make me burp, dude. So like when I'm done eating, my fucking stomach feels like it's just extended. I feel like if I looked in the mirror, I'd look like one of them little Ethiopian kids with their bellies all just bloated. You know what I mean? But I take one of those and I start burping right away.
I don't know if it was the last episode or the one before that when I first mentioned, this. Manny hit me up.
Okay.
He told me to start drinking club soda.
Oh.
I was like, okay, that makes sense. And then I was like, oh, LaCroix. Let me try one of them joints. Yo, I've been tearing those up, kid.
Really?
Yeah.
You like them, huh?
I'm forcing myself to like them. Because the sodas are just, I don't want to drink soda all the time.
Right. You know what's funny is that's how I've been at work too, like, because I bought this big old jug for water. And what I did was...
You got you a Stanley cup?
Nah, mine's not a Stanley.
Oh.
Can't afford a Stanley. Mine's
you
like a
You always watching
Carlos.
TikTok and stuff.
No, mine's like a barrel. It's not a cup. Mine's big. And so I drank like 1.5 of those a day right now, just because it's so goddamn hot, right? And then so like I'll go to lunch and I'll go to drink a soda and it just doesn't hit the same. It doesn't hit right, dude. It's just like fuck. So I'll just drink water. I'm good.
I'm a true believer in these, like, not Stanley per se. I use a hydro flask.
Okay.
In these expensive water bottles, dude. Because I'll fill it up with ice, and that ice will be in there all day, and I'll keep refilling it with water.
That's how...
Is yours like that?
Yeah,
you
that's
gotta
how mine
really
was
make
yesterday.
an investment.
What was that?
You got to make that investment.
Oh, yeah. That's how mine was yesterday. I filled it up, and then before I came home, I filled it up again so that I could drink when I got home.
Fill it up with what?
Water.
But how's the ice in?
Ice and water. Like, I filled it up halfway because I want it cold, but I don't want it, like, too cold to where I can't chug it. You know what I mean? So it was, like, a little bit less than half ice and then water. And then at the end of the night, there was probably... just a layer of ice that was gone. There was still quite a bit in there.
Yeah.
So they're good, dude. Yeah, I like it. I have one of those too. I think mine's yellow.
Hydro flask?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Look at you.
I think so. I bought it a while ago.
My wife and I were on them for a minute, kid. We got a big jug. We got 2 of these. We got a long, skinny one. We got the short ones, use them for drinks.
Right.
We were on those for a second. We were buying them up.
So your wife must like go through water like crazy too when she's delivering, right?
Yeah. Hers is bigger than mine. I actually keep a water jug in my truck. On Mondays, I've just filled it up with ice.
What's the other word? I know it's a water jug. We call it in Spanish. It's the only word I can think of. It's a yoga, but what's the other word in English?
A cooler?
Would it be like a thermos?
No, a thermos is like what this.
It's just a personal, right?
Yeah.
And thermos is hot and cold, right?
Right. Same with what these are. I mean, you can put something hot in there; it'll probably stay hot.
Huh?
But I fill it up with ice. It's like a little 2-gallon joint, 2.5 gallon.
Oh, nice.
And by Wednesday, it's pretty much all water. Thursday, Friday, it's warm water. But again, with the ice,
you're good.
But the point of the matter is, again, on Monday I just fill it with ice, and then it'll just melt by Friday.
Nice.
So I'll just have water.
Wow, so you fill it up Monday and it'll last a whole week?
Yeah.
Wow, that's impressive. Especially out here, it's fucking hot.
Hell yeah.
This last week was nice, though. It was nice in the fact that it wasn't direct heat. It was more humid. the earlier hours were better than the afternoon.
This morning
hours?
was nice.
What was that?
This morning was nice.
I didn't go outside this morning.
This morning was pretty nice.
I was like, nope.
No, but it's been hot.
Yeah, I don't. When does it start to cool down? Like I never paid attention until now. It's like I'm
Probably
praying for it.
mid-September, it'll finally change, and then by mid-October is like okay, we're
Then it's
we're
cold.
getting back. Not cold, but
Cool.
yeah.
Sweatshirt weather.
I wouldn't say sweatshirt. No,
Flannel.
no. It depends. To be honest with you, you're comfortable in a t-shirt.
Okay. That's good with me. I could do that. But I'm comfortable in a t-shirt most of the time during the year.
I don't know if you saw new movies coming out. My man got a new movie coming out.
Who's your man?
M. Night Shyamalan.
Who's in it?
Josh something.
Sucks.
You know what? I kind of think it's gonna suck. However, I think the premise of the movie is really good.
See, that's the fucked up part about M. Night Shyamalan's movies. Because you look at it and you're like, whoa, that sounds like that could be fucking dope. Like the premise is cool. And it produced by M. Night fuck.
But bro, I really think the trailer kind of tells you what the whole movie's about. You just don't know how it's gonna end.
Because he doesn't know how it's going to end. He just leaves it there for you to just...
I walked into that one, I guess. Bro, it's a dude, a typical dad,
Okay.
takes his daughter to a concert. Let's say, like, she's going to go watch Taylor Swift, whatever their version of it is in this movie. In an indoor concert, let's say the Staples Center.
Okay.
And the dad... the concert is, I don't know if it's starting, packed. It's a concert.
Right.
So the dad tells the daughter, stay here. I'm going to go to the bathroom. I'm going to the bathroom. And as he's going to the bathroom, you walk out of the arena, if you will, and you're in the walkways around the whole arena.
Right.
And he's noticing a bunch of cops showing up. And he's like, dude, this is kind of weird. So he strikes up a conversation with a dude selling T-shirts.
Right.
And the guy selling T-shirts tells him, yeah, I'm not supposed to say nothing, but there's, that mass murderer, that serial killer, apparently he's supposed to be here tonight. They know for a fact he's going to be here. So the cops are surrounding the entire concert, and they're going to check everyone on their way out, and they're going to catch him. But don't tell nobody I told you.
Oh, wow.
And so the dude's like, oh, wow, that's a trip. So I guess he goes to a stall and he starts freaking out. He's like, how the fuck am I going to get out now? So he's the killer.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So it actually looks, and he goes back to his daughter, like everything's back to normal. And I guess he tells her again, hey, I'll be right back. So he starts scoping out the place. He's trying to figure out how he's going to get out. So that's what the movie's about. They got him surrounded, and how is he going to get out of this arena?
What's the movie called?
Trapped.
All right. Did you see, I heard that Deadpool was on your Fire Stick. Did you watch it yet?
I haven't watched it yet.
Bro.
Dude, my old lady, when that movie was coming, the advertising was coming out, she said, I want to see that movie. She never wants to watch a superhero movie. She'll watch it because of my son and I, but she was like, nah, this one I want to watch. I was like, cool. We saw, it came out on a Fire Stick.
Right.
I was like, it was like 6 o'clock. My bedtime's 7:30. And I was like, yo, I'll stay up past my bedtime to watch this. It's going to be pushing it.
Right.
But I think I'll be able to make it.
But I think this movie, all right, we can do that
And
for
my
you.
daughter said, no, I think our daughter wanted to watch it with us, and she's coming down next week. And I was like, are you being serious right now?
Wow.
She's like, we can wait. And I was like, all right, cool. And then, like, the following evening, we were talking to my daughter.
She already saw it.
No, she's like, no, you guys can watch it. I'm not that interested. So I haven't gotten around to it. I haven't had time.
It's a good, like I'm telling you, dude, from opening shot to the end, it's fucking nonstop action, bro, and it's good. It's really, really good.
I heard it was.
Yeah. A lot of cameos in it. A lot of people that you're like, holy shit, wait, what? It's good, dude. It's and it's a good setup to what's coming. So,
What's coming in regards to?
because it's all tied into like, what was the movie where the guy snapped his fingers and they all fucking
Avengers something?
yeah, that one with Thanos, snapped his fingers and everybody died. And then the next one was with Doctor Strange, right, with all the multiverse.
I didn't watch that one.
So he's going to different universes trying to figure out where to save people and how to fix shit. This kind of leads into that kind of thing. And then the end is them going to kind of fix it. And again, if you haven't watched it, I don't think you have to watch it to get it or to understand it. But do yourself a favor and watch Loki on the Disney Channel. Because some of the scenery and the things that are happening will make sense.
Is Loki in this?
No.
Okay.
No. But people from the show are in it. That's why it'll make sense more to you if you watch it first. That way you can, okay, because as soon as I saw that one, I was like, hey, that's the lady from Smash. Was like, shh. Like, hey, man, I need to know. Like, I'm trying not to ask questions, but there's one I got. You know what I mean? What do you want me to do? So that was that one's gonna be good. What else have you seen or seen previews to?
Movies. We just saw that Day One, Quiet Day, Day One, Quiet. Is it Quiet?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
What's it called? A Quiet Place.
Oh, Quiet. Okay.
Day One. It wasn't that great. No, I didn't like it. It was, yeah. It wasn't that great.
Was it like a play on like Bird Box or some shit?
Haven't you ever seen Quiet Place?
I think so.
Where everybody's got to be quiet because those aliens will snatch you up?
Yes. And they're going through the fucking forest holding on to ropes, right? Which one's the one where they can't see?
That's Bird Box.
Okay.
Bird Box was off the hook. But Quiet Place is everyone's got to be quiet. You got to, you make any sound because the aliens are quick. They're blind, and so all they can do is hear.
Dude, look, here's the thing. We're going to have to, let's just pinpoint this now, okay? If there was ever an invasion.
Oh, here we go.
No, listen. It'll make sense to you when I say this. If there was ever an invasion with aliens that couldn't see but hear, and they attacked everything they hear, you better be really comfortable with the motherfucker you're with. Right? Like you're not just gonna hang with fucking everybody, right? People with babies, hey, you need to go out there in the shed, and if you make it, you make it. You know what I'm saying?
There was one part I kind of giggled because again, everyone's got to be quiet.
Right.
So there was like a noise outside. So number one, what do you care? It's outside, But maybe they wanted to make sure the aliens just didn't even come around to where they were at. They were like in a movie theater or something, let's say, for example.
Okay.
So the dude wants to go out there and be a hero and stop this thing that was rattling, this piece of machinery. And so he stops it, and he's like, takes a deep breath, like really quiet. He's like, oh, I solved the problem, Look at me, I just helped us out. And they snatched him up. Because he was standing right next to the thing that was making the noise. It was like, don't you know?
Fucking dummy. You can't be a hero right off the bat.
But the movie was centered around a female that had like mental issues. So she had a cat that was her, what do they call it? Safety pet?
Yeah.
Whatever.
What are they called? Emotional support
Right,
pet.
there you go.
Right.
Okay. So when all this went down, like the aliens came, like fireballs were coming from the sky and exploding everywhere. The cat got, she was holding the cat. The cat took off running. That cat came back. They're like in New York, downtown New York City. All this destruction going around, and that cat comes back.
Cats are motherfuckers, dude.
Please.
Cats are motherfuckers, though. You know, like a dog will stay there with you and fight with you and stand in front of you. Cats be like, I'm out, boo. And then come around later like, hey, you all right? Everything cool? You squashed that? You know what I'm saying? Like suspect homies. Hey, dog. Man, I had your back, dog. Way back there. You know what I'm saying? I think I saw one like that. A Quiet Place. But it was where they were on a farm.
Yeah, that was
That's the first one, right?
either the first or the second one.
Okay. So yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, I've seen.
That's
the
actually
idea.
a pretty good movie.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
This one was. I think they could have kept on with day, year 2 or something on this one.
Yeah, like, why hasn't anybody figured out? Hey, let's go out in the middle of a field, right? And strap on a stereo out there and some bombs. Then we'll play the stereo really loud and wait far away. And when the fucking monsters get there, we'll blow them up. Done.
But you gotta be quiet setting all these bombs.
So, okay, I could do that. But the problem is, okay, so here's the problem. If I was sent to go do something like that, I would have to have somebody that was really good at setting that shit up, or I'd have to do it by myself. Because let's be honest, I'm going to be scared. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to be scared. I'm going to be frustrated. If you ain't doing like, hey, why the fuck are you, dude, why, like 3 inches next to the other one, like move it over.
In this one, they learned that they can't swim.
They can't swim?
Yeah,
the monsters can't swim.
The
Okay.
monsters can't swim, which was a trip.
So you just got to live out in the middle of the lake?
Well, there were survivors, and they all got on a boat. Like there were helicopters going around, like the government saying, be quiet, stay in your place, make it to the river. By this time, we're gonna have boats. Everyone get on a boat, and we're gonna take off. So towards the end of the movie, they were trying to get to the boat.
Okay.
And there was the chick and there was a dude that was with her, and they weren't both gonna make it. And she was just like, "You go, I'll start making noises over here and just save my cat." My man was running down the pier with a cat. And he jumped off the pier into the water, and them aliens was after him. And they almost snatched his ass up, but they fell into the water too. They wound up drowning. But more so, dude swims to the boat with this damn cat. You know that cat would have clawed you up.
Hell yeah. Fuck that. Look, Tony, I'm going to be real. Somebody hand me a cat and be like, 3 feet, I'm gone. 3 feet, tossing that shit back to the aliens. The fuck out of here with that cat.
I hated that cat.
Fucking meow meow my ass.
Yeah, that's another thing. The cat was quiet. Like, come on.
Maybe it was a mute cat. Are there mute cats? Are there retarded cats? Do cats have Down syndrome?
Oh, man.
Well, I'm
Look
just
at you, where you going.
Well, I went down a rabbit hole, but that was, you know what I mean?
I don't know. I mean, there are deaf cats, there are blind cats.
Have you ever seen a deaf, blind dog, bro? That's so fucking sad.
Well, one of my customers actually just had to put his dog down because she was like mad old, and she was blind. They said she could, like, right now she could see shapes, and then this is gonna be sad. I guess she started to get dementia. They said she was crying at night. They didn't know if she was in pain, or the vet actually said she might be scared because she don't know what's going on. She can't see. Her head's probably messing with her. And vet was like, "Yo, it's time."
I gotta hold on. How do you know a dog has dementia?
Good question. At this point in time, I didn't ask because I did ask about the blind part. And he kind of explained it to me. The vet does certain things that, obviously if the dog's not reacting to it.
Right.
But as far as the dementia, I don't know.
Because it's not like you can ask him questions.
That's true. Well, you can. I talk to my dog. She looks at me with answers.
She doesn't look at you with answers. She looks at you like, you know I can't talk, right, fool? And you think you're reading her
That
face.
is an answer. I know when she's saying that. Dog, my dog. All right, we got a
The
not
pit mix,
schedule,
right?
but we routine.
Okay.
When we eat dinner, she gets what's called a Kong. You know what a Kong is? It's a rubber, for lack of a better description, a rubber ball with a hole in it.
Oh, okay.
And I shove all kinds of treats in there. She takes a joint medicine. I stick that in there, like
Not
milk
the kind
bone
Rob
stuff.
gives her, right?
Right. Like milk bone stuff.
Okay.
And when we sit down and eat, we give it to her. So that way she's like eating something. But because it's a small hole with a bunch of junk in it, it takes her like a half an hour to get to everything.
Gives you enough time to eat.
Right. So after that, when we're done eating, my wife and I, we have the couch that we have is like two recliners next to each other.
Okay.
So my dog, we recline, and when my dog jumps on my wife's side, and there's a console in between us. There's
Right.
the cup holder. You can lift it up with your remote controls and stuff in there.
Okay.
So my dog will put her forelegs on that and looking at me, and we just start kissing each other and stuff. Well, she kisses me more than I kiss her.
You don't let your dog kiss you in the mouth, do you?
It happens on accident, but no, I'm not intending to do it. So, we do that for a good 5 minutes. And yeah, she goes crazy for
Me
me.
and my dog, we be making out for like 5-10 minutes.
And then when we're done with that, she'll 90% of the time she'll lay with my wife on the recliner. So they're both laying on it, like side by side.
I know why you married him now.
But if that doesn't happen, but definitely after that happens, she jumps off, she walks to the middle of the living room, and she looks back at my wife. And if my wife doesn't immediately get up, she starts barking at my wife.
Wow.
And she's telling my wife, yo, I want to go outside. So my wife will sit there half the time and be like, how come you're not yelling at your dad? Tell him to get up. You were just giving him kisses. Why I got to be the one to always get up? I said, because you're the mom.
Because he
And then-
knows.
yeah,
He knows gender roles. Oh, she knows gender roles.
Yep. Nope. I didn't say that on accident. But then my wife will have to get up. As soon as the leg parts gets retracted, my dog knows what's up. She starts pouncing to the back door. So she speaks to us. That's what I'm trying to say.
All right. Yeah, we didn't have a dog long enough to figure out what he was saying. I don't know. That was the only dog I've ever had. And that was,
That dog, when I first started hanging out with you again,
yeah.
was the first dog you've ever had.
Yeah. Well, there was like my dog. We had a dog that was chained up in the backyard when I was a kid. But you couldn't go near him. That motherfucker was vicious. And my mom would feed it chili. Woo, that dog was angry, boy. But he would eat it like nothing. But yeah, we'd try. We'd go out at night and go sit with him and talk and, blah, blah, blah. But it's not enough, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's got to be repetition.
Yeah, and the whole thing, like I told Milo when he got it, I don't want this dog to end up mine. It's not my dog. It's your dog. You want him. That's your responsibility. You got to be home. You got to train him. You got to do this. You got to do that. No. And then he went from like, a small bag of food or a medium dog a bag of food a month. So, hey, Dad, we got to get that 80-pound bag of food because he going through it. She better get a smaller scoop. Better teach that dog. Shit. Teach him to eat some lizards. I know there's lizards in the backyard. Get them. But yeah, people are a trip with their dog, dude. And that's the worst part about this. That's probably one of the worst parts about this new job. Because sometimes people will come in to trade their cars in, and they don't fucking vacuum them or nothing.
They don't try to clean them up?
No. Sometimes they don't. Or they did, and they did as best they could. And there is fucking dog hair everywhere. And those fucking, you're like, "Whoa." It smells like fucking dog. Like, that's not my look, dude. Like, we've never done that. We've never, like, again, first dog we ever had in the house. Like, they have, when they lived with their mom, she grew up like that, but I didn't. You know what I mean? You didn't either, did you? Did you have a dog?
No, we had dogs.
Did you? Okay.
But they were always outside.
Yeah, see?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But don't get me wrong, we played with them.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't. We couldn't. The motherfucker was, bro, I'm telling you, he was vicious. And then, so there was this big tree, right? And behind the tree is where my dad built the big chicken coop. So before, it was just a long chicken coop. And we just had regular old, the white chickens, egg producers, whatever. And the dog would dig under the chicken coop to grab a chicken so that he could eat. That motherfucker, you'd go out there and fucking feathers everywhere. He got feathers all in his mouth trying to smile at you like, wasn't me. And then we got my uncle, he got a fighting cock. And he couldn't keep it where he was at. He retired him. And so he told my dad, hey, why don't you take him and I'll give you his hen. That way she can, he says, you got to be careful because this motherfucker, he don't fuck around. Okay. Well, one day he tried to dig underneath that fucking edge of because my dad built a little wall between the regular chickens and the fighting chicken, because the fighting cock would have killed all the rest of the roosters because he rules the roost, right? So he had to stay in his own separate, like, little suite, if you will, with his girl, with the hen. Well, and it was on the side where the dog was at. So the dog would try to crawl, like, scratch and get under there.
Right.
That chicken used to fuck him up, dude. You'd get up and his face is all bloody. Dude, what'd you do? And you see where he was trying to dig under the holla or the chicken coop. We're like, see? You can't fucks with that chicken. That motherfucker rooster gonna fuck you up, son.
When I was in high school, so this would be like 9th or 10th grade, we had 2 dogs.
Okay.
One was Cocker Spaniel and one was just a mutt. And we got the Cocker Spaniel first. And my mom found it. It was, if I remember correctly, it was like tied to a telephone pole. Somebody just left it. And my man had one eye. So like the other one was shut. And it looked like it had been stitched up because it was just closed. There was no stitches. So it looked like a U. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And
you poor dude. The owner probably stopped to take a shit down in the back of the weeds. Came out and his dog was gone.
So we named that dog Brandy because we said he got drunk and lost an eye. You know what I'm saying? Got drunk off of some brandy.
Wow.
And I used to try to play fetch. I mean, he liked to play fetch. But at this time, you party. You're a kid. You get drunk and shit. So I figured out that I could take them rubber balls, like the racket balls,
right,
and bounce that motherfucker. So I'd bounce it high to where he's like looking left and right because he don't his vision ain't good.
That's fucked up, Tony. I thought I was a dick. Holy shit.
So you make it bounce in front of him and he's like looking left and right, and then like it bounces behind him. So like he's turning around real fast and then it bounces again. So he's like looking around. He'd have to wait until the thing was like bouncing like just no more than 6 inches.
Fucking Tony. Holy shit.
And then we got another one at that same time. I'm surprised we had 2 dogs at one time. It was black. So my mom named her Negra. Right? And then one day my buddy Rick and James came over. And my mom started calling her. My mom was like, Negra, come here, because they were like jumping around and stuff.
Right.
And James goes, Negra, I know what that means.
That's fucking hilarious. Were you like, oh, no, not like that?
I tried to tell him. He knew, but it was still funny the way he said it. He was like, wait a minute, I know what that means.
That's fucking hilarious. What's coming up this week?
Hopefully nothing. I mean, I didn't finish last weekend. Not that it was a big deal. I remember my goddaughter's birthday party was at my house.
Right.
That went off pretty well, actually.
Right on.
So this weekend, hopefully, we got nothing planned. You know, because, again, I need them breaks.
Right.
And plus, it's that time of year again. Football.
Oh, I was going to say, didn't Rob tell you he planned a party at your house?
Shit. But my old lady's looking forward to doing nothing on Sunday because her favorite team is playing. The Cowboys.
She a Cowboy fan too?
It's coming.
Better?
It's coming. It's coming.
It took a while, but it's coming, right?
I'm not saying that wouldn't, my bourbon wouldn't have happened otherwise.
But it wouldn't have.
I probably not. So hopefully nothing. You know, it's hot,
Yeah.
kid. You know, I've been getting home, just don't want to do anything. I'm getting too old for it. The other funny thing is, my daughter got a little dose of reality.
Oh shit! Really? Why would happen?
She went to Vegas, you know, to meet up with my wife and sister-in-laws. So she came home on Sunday, and she texted us saying that her AC ain't working, and that she called the office, yo, what's going on? They're like, you know, submit the work order. We'll get somebody there as soon as possible, but it is Sunday type deal. So she's like, it's hot. It's like 90 degrees in here.
Woo.
And I was like, oh, man. Then after a while, after a couple hours, she was like, it's starting to cool off a little bit. And I was like, hold up. What'd you set it at when you left? She said, I turned it off. I said, you can't do that.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, yo, you got to set it like at 82, 85 at the most. Because it's going to drop 1 degree in your apartment probably 20 minutes average.
Dude, what is it with these kids? Is this?
They don't want it. I thought she was going to save some money. Which, yeah, she did, but that's what, you know.
No, but I mean, like, they don't want to wait. Oh, I turned it on. It's still hot in here. Well, yeah, dude, it's not a fucking freeze zap machine. That's a trip, dude.
I told her, I was like, 20 minutes, and you want to go down 10 degrees? At least?
You tripping.
You looking at 200 minutes? Which is what, 3 hours?
Yeah.
Pushing 4?
Yeah. Yeah, you need to put a pillow in the bathtub and soak for a while in the cold water. And be cool. Yeah, that's crazy, dude. They do that. They used to drive me crazy.
Well, when I was younger, I remember when I was younger, you know, getting home from school and turning the AC down, I turned it to like 60, thinking it's going to get cooler quicker.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then
it
you
would
forget
freeze.
that you did it, and your mom comes home from work talking about, what the hell is going on up in here?
Why is this so cold? Why my bird got a jacket on? Does your mom have birds?
Yeah, we had pet parakeets.
Oh, okay.
Did I ever tell you I killed our family parakeet? And the dude was smart, too. That's the worst part.
How the fuck you kill a family parakeet?
Dude, this is when I still lived in New York.
Oh, okay.
So, I don't know. Again, I'm bad at ages, but we moved out here when I was in 3rd grade.
Okay.
So, this happened before 3rd grade.
So like 8.
All right.
8. So before 8.
So, before I tell you how he met his untimely demise, he was smart, dude. He would actually, he had a bird cage.
Okay.
And the door, you know, folds downward, like towards you down.
Okay.
So he knew to open it, and he would just chill on the door, like kind of bouncing up and down. Like the spring would hold him up. So he wouldn't fly away or nothing.
Right.
You know, he'd go on your finger, chill out. You know what I'm saying? I took pictures with him on our shoulders, my brother and I. The whole 9, kid. His name was Robin. So
named the parakeet Robin.
Yeah, because, you know, Batman and Robin.
Oh, okay.
So it was wintertime. And I was chilling with Robin one Saturday morning. And I was cold. So I figured Robin was cold. So I got like a towel. and I wrapped the towel around him, and I laid down with him. And
You rolled over him.
no, I guess I just wrapped it too tight, and he just went to sleep. Like I unrolled him, and he was gone, kid.
Wow, you rolled him so tight you couldn't even hear him chirping?
Yeah,
He had to have been chirping trying to...
I don't know. I don't remember, but I remember killing.
Wow.
Yeah, we buried him in the apartment building we lived in had a very small garden area in the front of it, very small.
Right.
We dug a hole, put him in a shoebox type deal, and buried him.
That's funny. Funny, like cute funny, not like haha funny. I don't need letters about that shit. My mom had 2 cockatiels. She also had 2 parakeets. And I don't remember if it was a parakeets or if it was a cockatiels. But you remember that stupid movie, Dude, Where's My Car?
I remember it. I don't remember like details.
Do you remember where he says, "Hey, bro, you got a tattoo last night. What's it say?" Dude. And then the other guy would turn around. "Hey, you got a tattoo last night. What's it say?" "Sweet." "What does mine say?" "Dude." And then they kept going back and forth like that. She named her fucking birds Dude and Sweet. Like,
From that movie?
Yeah. My mom was funny, dude.
I don't get birds as a pet
Why?
because they don't do anything. You keep them in a cage.
Parrots and cockatiels talk.
Come on, man.
Dude, they actually speak, not like your fucking dog that makes eyes
My
at
dog, I can communicate better with my dog than I could with a parakeet.
you. No. You can't. You cannot. You just can't. And, sometimes my mom would pick up her phone to call, and the fucking bird would see her at wherever the phone was at, and he would start before she starts putting beep, 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 making the sound of the fucking phone. Pretty fucking funny. And that's when he wanted attention, that he would start making the telephone sounds.
I remember having to save the newspaper.
Oh, yeah.
So you could put it on the bottom. Man.
Yeah, they're nasty animals.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They don't
bad.
make no sense.
Then as she got older, and she started to forget shit, it got worse.
Your mom or the birds?
My mom.
No.
I don't know if the birds ever forgot shit. Didn't know how to test them.
Did you just wake up one day and they were laying on the ground?
One died before she did, and the other, I think my sister gave it away because nobody wanted to take care of the bird. I guess too much work.
The bird's in a cage.
Yeah, but there's bird feathers everywhere, and you gotta have a fucking newspaper. And it's not like you got it like it was a round cage, so you had to fucking cut the newspaper in a circle, and then you had to. Nah, I'm cool. My grandma, now she always had parrots, and where in her house, my aunt and my 2 cousins lived there. And my cousins would walk by and say, "Fuck you." And the parrot would, "Fuck you, fuck you." And you'd hear it all the time. You'd walk in, "Fuck you." And my grandma would throw shit at it. "No estás diciendo así. Fuck you." It would say all kinds of nasty shit all the time, dude. Fucking foul ass bird. But yeah, I remember my mom was all sad one time. The bird had made eggs, laid an egg.
Really?
Yeah. Well, him and Dude and Sweet were bumping and grinding all the time. Because you'd go back there because you'd hear the wings flapping and the bird sounds and shit. And they're like, "Dude, can you go back out there? We're still busy." And so she would drop an egg, and I think it's because at my mom's house, because they didn't have AC, and they would leave the birds in the in the washroom.
Okay.
It was the hottest room in the house, so I think the bird just fucking dried up in the egg. You know what I mean? I don't know. I know you're probably thinking, well, if that one dried up, why didn't the chickens dry up? Because shit, I was out there every morning with my little bowl or basket getting me some eggs for breakfast every day.
That's nasty.
How's that nasty?
They're not chickens.
What?
They're not chickens.
No, not those. I said when we had chickens.
I'm still thinking you were talking about the birds.
Nah, but they say that quail eggs are really good for you. That they're anti-inflammatory. They help with forgetfulness and something else. I don't remember what it was, but there's
You believe in stuff like that? Like for example, a quail egg would have these properties that would.
It would make sense that they would have nutrients, but would they
different from a chicken egg?
And the thing is they're only about like that. So they're small eggs, like they look like the chocolate football eggs, maybe just a little bit bigger than that. And they're spotted, like they're like tan with dark brown.
Yeah, I wouldn't eat that.
Yeah, they have them at Mexican markets.
Really?
Yeah, you can see them all the time, dude. You go in there and you want some. What do you use them for? To eat? Well, yeah, but is there a reason why? Like what? And he was all like, yeah, this, that, and the other thing, just like on a fig tree. So like if you have a fig tree and say you have a tooth that hurts, and you don't have the money to go to the dentist, if you break the leaf on a fig tree, or like the little stem on the leaf, and the little milk that comes out of there, you get you a little toothpick and take that milk and put it on the tooth that hurts, and what it does is that milk goes down to the nerve, and because it's poisonous, it burns the nerve because it's so fucking acidic, and it burns the nerve, and then you don't have any pain in it anymore. They say the same thing with garlic. Like if you have a toothache, you wrap up garlic like in a cheesecloth. Like you take the garlic out of its paper, you wrap it up in cheesecloth and mash it up a little bit, and put it next to the tooth that it's supposed to take the pain and the swelling away.
Really?
Mm-hmm. You can add a little bit of ginger to it, so it's not so much of a bite.
But for example, that fig, you said it kills the nerve. Mm-hmm. I mean, now you got a dead tooth?
Correct. Well, you have the dead nerve, so it doesn't hurt anymore. It gives you time to go to the doctor to get it fixed. They could still drill it and do a root canal, but you won't have any pain in it. Because I did that one time. I didn't have no fucking money, and I had like pain like a motherfucker. And it was when I lived at my parents' house. My dad had a fig tree, and this lady, hey, you mind if I take a piece of that? I'm like, no. So what do you use it for? And she told me. And probably about a month later, I had a fucking toothache, and I fucking pulled it and I put it on there. When I went to the doctor, they almost didn't have to numb me. Like I couldn't feel when they were poking around my tooth. But it can be dangerous because if you're bleeding or whatever, you don't know the pain's not there, so you don't know. You know what I mean? That's the scary part about it. Then they have another one called ruda, and I don't know what it is in English. But like if you're gassy, you make a tea out of that, and you start burping or farting, you get rid of all the gas. Yeah, there's all kinds of shit like that I know, or not know, but I've heard of, I guess. I think we talked about this before, but do Puerto Ricans believe in ojo?
No, I don't think so.
You know what that is, though, right?
With the egg?
Yeah, and the venison eye, the deer eye.
No, I don't think so. So
they say when there's people that have a really strong aura, and let's say you have a baby, an infant, and you're at the grocery store.
Yeah, somebody's looking at it.
And somebody's looking at the baby, but they don't touch him. And they leave. It could cause the baby to be upset and not eat and have fits of crying and blah, blah, blah. And they say that somebody put the evil eye on the baby. And so, you know, there's a what's the word I'm looking for? There's like a tradition that you do. Like there's you take the baby, you light the candle, you pray, take the rosary, and you take the baby and walk over the candle in the shape of a cross, praying while you're holding the baby.
Damn.
And then when you're done, you take an egg that's room temperature, so you take it out earlier that day, and you rub it on the baby's forehead in the sign of a cross, and on the stomach and on the legs, and you pray while you're doing all that. And then you crack the egg, put it in a bowl, slide the bowl under like the baby's bassinet or wherever the baby's gonna sleep. And when that baby sleeps that night, in the morning you pull out the egg, and if the white or that clear part of the egg is white or cooked, he had eye, the evil eye. Now, here's where I lived in a house that didn't have heat or AC. So, you put a raw egg under a bed. Even at night, like, there's probably a pretty good chance that it might cook a little bit in the heat. You know what I mean? Like a little oven kind of temperature going on in there. But my mom would do it for kids, bro. And the next day, the kid's good. They're not crying about eating, anything like that. Like they've tried everything else. Like, oh, the kid has colic, the kid this, the kid that. And Sebastian was like that one time, and we're like, hey, we don't know. And my mom was like, hey, you need to ask your wife. I said, why? My baby. She said, no, she needs to believe in it too, because if she doesn't, then it won't work. All right. So I had to pull her aside. Hey, listen, you're going to see some shit tonight that might seem a little weird to you, but the baby going to be cool. She said, what are you talking about? So I explained the process to her, and she said, what's that? I said, well, it's a healing process for the kid. That way, it takes whatever his ailment is away. And sure enough, the next day he was fine, dude. Like, he would eat, no problem. When I was a kid, I was like that, where I would cry all the time and blah, blah, blah. And I couldn't eat. And I think now at this age, I think that it's because, I was lactose intolerant.
Okay. Before
they, discovered it back in the day. And so they would feed me that powdered milk. And it would make me convulse. It would give me, what's that shit called when kids do that shit? I know it's convulse, but what's the other word? Like seizures.
Right.
Like I would have seizures, right? And my mom said that, man, we'd take you to doctor after doctor after doctor out here. And we couldn't figure it out. Nobody could figure it. They'd test after test and checked your head, checked your body, like everything, and they couldn't find anything. She said, so we took you down to they call them a curandera, and which is a healer in Mexico. She said, as soon as I handed you to her, she says, he's having a problem digesting what you're feeding him. She said, mix him water with a little bit of sugar for the next couple of days to help push all that stuff out. After 2 days, you're going to start feeding him soy milk. So they gave me soy milk when I was a kid to get me to stop from convulsing, which is really kind of weird. That why would you have to take me to Why didn't doctors out here know that shit? You know what I mean? Why you gotta take me to that little old lady in the little mud hut with 3 teeth? I'm just saying. I don't know. It's crazy. Like, do you guys have weird shit like that? Like we have one where, like, if a baby has hiccups, you put like a little red piece of string or a little red piece of paper on their forehead, and it takes it away.
I mean, we did and I don't necessarily know if it's a Puerto Rican thing. You know, the penny on your forehead when your nose bleeds. I remember once my arm got pulled out of socket. So my aunt, she did, I don't know if it was like a rubbing alcohol. She poured some shit all over my arm and somehow got it back into place without having to go to the doctor, stuff like that.
It probably was either rubbing alcohol or rubbing alcohol with marijuana in it. They used to use that a lot.
I don't think my mom would have went with it for that one.
No?
No, my mom was too straight of an arrow.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
But rubbing alcohol makes sense because that'll loosen all your muscles and all the joints and shit.
But it had a different smell. Almost like an rubbing alcohol, but I don't know. Because I kind of remember it. Okay. I almost want to say it came out of a clear glass bottle, but back then, the 70s.
Yeah. Oh, maybe it was like moonshine or Everclear.
It's quite possible.
You know what I mean? Some of that, not segregation, what was it? When they were trying to go after... Come on, Rob knows. Where's Rob at?
Yeah, like in the 20s?
Yeah. When they were going after alcohol prohibition. There you go. There you go. I knew we'd get it sooner or later.
You see this news story about the hotel workers? No. Hotel security?
No.
There's a guest. They're being charged with murder, 4 security guards for a hotel. Okay?
Okay.
A guest was acting up inside the hotel. So they forced him out because he was causing disturbance, wilding out in Milwaukee. And they got him outside, and they were calling the police.
Okay.
So while they were calling the police, they were like holding him down. And the dude died.
Okay.
So now it went from, I don't know if they say accidental death or whatever, but now they're charging him with murder. Should they be charged with murder? Because now they did a toxicology report. He had cocaine and something else in his system that would have caused asphyxiation.
Asphyxiation, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Something like that. But they're still calling it a murder.
I don't think they should be. No, not at all.
Now, I'll tell you why I think they should be.
Okay.
While they were outside, they were telling him to stay on the ground. And he kept trying to get up. So they were holding him down.
Okay.
Who are they to be trying to hold him down on a public sidewalk?
Well,
hold on.
What?
He was causing a disturbance inside the hotel. Their job, in my opinion, get him out of here. He can't be disrupting our hotel. Once he's out, don't let him back in. Now, you can't be sitting there, 4 guys on one, saying, stay down. I told you to fucking stay down. Don't move. You ain't the police. Who are you to tell this dude, stay down on a public sidewalk?
Yeah, it's not even like they listen to the police anyways.
Right?
Just saying.
Hey, no, you don't know that. He could have been a law-abiding citizen. Law-abiding. Law. Not security-abiding. Mm-hmm. Law. Mm-hmm. But again, he's out of the hotel. Your job is done.
No, he's still on hotel premises, right?
He's on the sidewalk.
So is it
hotel don't hold the sidewalk?
But is it the foyer sidewalk or is it the street sidewalk?
What? There's a street, there's a sidewalk, there's the glass doors to go in a hotel.
So there's nowhere to drive up to do...
Valet? I don't know.
No.
But either way, you outside the hotel. You don't own the sidewalk.
Yeah, but don't you want to... You know, if the dude's really acting up like that, and he's got 4 dudes on him and he's still wilding out, don't you want to make sure that he doesn't hurt anybody, himself or anybody else?
Not your job to make that decision.
No, but humanity says you should.
Okay, true. But the law says you shouldn't. And that's unfortunately what we're dealing with right now. And don't get me wrong, I get it. I mean, out of anger, I'd want to hold this guy down until the cops came and make sure they put cuffs on him. However, now that the dude has died, even though he's got cocaine and fentanyl and whatever else in his system, it wasn't... Hey, at one point, just like the cops, you got to... All right, we did our job. That's all we could do.
Hey, if you died in the middle of committing a crime...
What crime was he committing at that point? He was trying to get up.
He was being told he was being detained.
No, he wasn't. They just said, don't get up. Stay down.
Well, he was trying to get up.
Who are
he
they?
wasn't listening.
But who?
Shoot him.
Who,
I'm just kidding.
but who are they to say to be barking these orders? They are no longer in the hotel. Once he's out of the hotel, I kind of think, you can't do anything anymore.
Yeah, but I think that's where the law is fucked up. Because obviously if they're outside holding them, their adrenaline is through the roof because they've been dealing with this guy and they're fucking hyped up and scared, so they're on high alert, right? And that's probably why they're telling them to stay on the ground anyways, so that they know that they're safe and everybody around them is safe. Agree?
Yes, I'll agree with that.
So, I think that there should be some latitude in the law, just like for police officers. If somebody dies while committing a crime, sorry, dude, but just like you said about money, right? Their choices got them there, right?
Oh, yes, definitely.
So this person's choices got them there. Had you complied after committing the crime, had you listened, you'd still be alive. But instead, you decided to continue to fight, maybe because you weren't in your right mind because of drugs and alcohol, but as a human being that's there trying to control the situation, that would make me more fearful and would make me more on high alert, and could probably cause that kind of shit to happen. Make sense? So I think that there has to be some sort of fucking give and take with it, because...
All right, let me ask you a question. A guy breaks into your house.
Shoot him.
Okay, cool. Can you shoot him while he's still outside?
No.
Same thing.
Shoot him and drag him inside.
Oh, hey, not a problem. But let's say he broke into your house already.
Okay.
And you got him out. Can you still shoot him?
If I fear for my life, yeah.
If he's outside?
Yeah. Because it's a stand your ground law.
There ain't no stand your ground law in California.
Yeah, there is.
No, there is not.
There is.
You on the wrong coast, my friend.
And I'll tell you what.
It's just like you just said, I drag him back inside. Because there ain't no stand your ground law.
Right.
But again...
Just to make sure. Just bring him inside.
But again, they're security guards. I mean, bro. You ain't... Who?
We all know security guards are failed police officers, right?
Okay. No, I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is your authority only goes so far.
Well, that's what I was saying. Like, cops don't even get the respect and the, oh, yeah, my bad, I'll stop. You know what I'm saying? What does a mall cop think or a hotel cop think they're going to get?
Yeah. And again, 4 dudes on 1 dude. And the dude's trying to get up. And they're yelling at him, stay down, stay down. What? Hold on, who are you to tell me to stay down on a public sidewalk?
Yeah, but he coked out.
They didn't know that.
And whatever else he was on.
They didn't know that.
Yeah, but they knew that all 4 of them had to hold him. You know what I'm saying?
From getting up on a public sidewalk?
Yeah.
Well, you shouldn't be having...
Or 4 of them to get him out.
You shouldn't... He's already out. That job has been completed. Your job has been satisfied.
So let me ask you a question. You're a security guard, 1 of 4.
Okay.
You just dragged this guy out of the hotel for being unruly. You could tell he's on something, not sure what it is.
Okay.
You take him outside, and there's a man, a wife, and 2 kids sitting out front. And this guy is all, like, he's sketchy. You don't know what's going to happen. You're just waiting for the police to get there to make sure nothing else happens. Right? Because as a security guard, you're probably thinking, fuck, man, let's get him out. But I don't want him to fuck nobody up. I don't want him to, hurt himself or fuck, there's kids out there, right? So are you telling me that when you see 2 kids, a husband and a wife, you be like, hey, bro, just so you know, this dude's acting up. Be on your P's and Q's and watch that shit. We got to go back inside.
No, you got to be like, I recommend you get out of here because this dude is wilding out. Ain't that what cops do when something's going on? They tell you to get back, go back in your home, get out of here. Nothing to see here. Same thing. Fact still remains, you're just a security guard. You're not the police. You ain't supposed to try and get in front of a gun to protect somebody. That's the police's job. So this couple with the kid standing off to the side, you ain't trying to take a bullet for them. Being a security guard.
So let me ask you a question. What about armed police guards?
What about them?
Do they have the right to...
Okay. Police guards? What's a police guard?
I'm sorry, not a police guard, but a...
security guard.
Armed security guard.
Okay,
an armed security guard. Do they have the right to put one in somebody?
I would assume so because they are armed.
But to what degree?
I'd fuck around and find out. I don't know. Because they got the upper hand if they got a gun, especially if they just showing it to you. Talking about, I dare you.
I don't know, dude. Out here, if you got the right sand, you might have the upper hand. On a windy day and you got the right sand, you fucking everybody up. Yeah, dude, I don't know, man.
I feel bad for them. I mean, they are just doing their job, and they were trying. I agree with you. They're trying to wait for the cops to come before this guy tries to make it back inside. And I think the dude had his family inside too, so it's like, yo, we know. But he happened to die, so now it's like,
oh, you can go now.
It's like, oh shit,
yeah,
we fucked up.
Fuck. So do they have pictures everywhere?
It's video. If you type in Milwaukee,
and were they on them for a long time, or was it like quick? Or
I almost wanted. I saw bits and pieces. I should have just sat and watched the whole video. They could have been kicking him and shit while he was down. You know what I'm saying? And I get it, out of anger, out of frustration. Stay down. My man ain't staying. Rodney King style. You know what I'm saying?
But see that. Okay, so remember earlier I was saying, cops don't have the same respect and blah 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 blah. Well, we know that cops are just humans, right?
Yes.
Now, follow me with this. The same with Catholic Church, right? The pastors or whoever was touching the boys or whatever, they are just men, right?
Right.
And although they're supposed to be godly men, and they've taken a vow, and they're not allowed around women and blah blah blah, or they used to be, whatever, whatnot. So Where was I going with that? It was good too. Fuck. The question comes back to, like, at the end of the day, they're still human. So, you know, as much as we want godly men to be godly, and we want police to live above the law, sometimes humanity rolls off between those two. I don't even know if humanity is the right word, because the monster inside them comes out. Maybe it's a better way to put it. But I don't know, dude.
I know what you're trying to say, and what I will say is, yes, if I have done nothing wrong, and a cop thinks I've done something wrong, and he pulls his gun on me, I'm not gonna sit here and try and be a badass and say I didn't do nothing wrong. Fuck you. Da, da, da. It's like, he got a gun on me. Whatever you need, officer.
Right.
We'll figure this out later. Cause who said it? Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy. Cause I don't want to be no fucking accident. You know.
That's right.
Whatever, sir. We'll figure it out later. Cause I'm not trying to be no motherfucking accident up in here. You're the one with the gun. I'm playing by your rules right now. Because yes, that finger could accidentally.
Yeah, slide onto the trigger.
Yes, hey, you're human, I'm human. Let's not take it further than it's got to go right now.
Do you think at 53 that you're more equipped to deal with the cops than you were at 25?
Of course, because I'm not a smartass anymore. Let me tell you something. One day when I first started doing pools, you know, when you work, you for example, you got to have a city permit to work in the city.
Okay.
Okay. I didn't have any of these things. I just got in my truck and went. Okay. So one day I'm driving, and a city truck was driving right next to me. And dude was like, I remember we were going down Farrell from Vistachino, making those turns by the DMV.
Okay.
And he's looking at me. And I'm like looking at him, and I don't know what's going on. So I make a right. And he starts following me. So I pull over to say, you know, what's going on?
What's the deal?
And he's just sitting in his truck behind me. So I'm thinking, is he going to ask me for my work permit? You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to get no ticket. So fuck it. I'm just going to go home. So I continue straight on. I made a right on Sunrise. Okay?
Okay.
As I was getting to Vistachino, there's a AM/PM right there on the corner.
Right.
Police comes up behind me and flashes his lights. So I pull into the AM/PM, and another cop car comes. So now there's two cop cars behind me. And I was like, I don't know what's going on. So they approached the vehicle. How you doing, sir? You know, what do you got going on? I'm like, what are you talking about? I was just driving. That guy back there, because the dude in the truck, it was a city truck. That dude back there has been following me. He's like, yeah, he said that he noticed you drinking an alcoholic beverage, and you were driving erratically, not erratically, but like you had pulled over, and then you took off. I was like, well, yeah, I pulled over because this dude's following me. I don't know what's going on. I wanted to see if he wanted to ask me a question. He's like, well, we're going to have to search the vehicle. And I was like, fuck you. And they're get out of the car type deal. So I get out of the car. They're searching the vehicle. And it just so happened, maybe I got it for free from a customer. It was a Diet Coke in the silver can.
Oh, so okay.
It looked like a Coors Light.
Right.
So that's when it dawned on me, because they had actually picked it up and they shook it and showed the other officer. And I was like, did you pull me over because I was drinking a Diet Coke? I walked to that dude's truck and I started yelling at him to the truck. I was like, you motherfucker, wasting my goddamn. Because now I know I'm in the right.
Right.
Because at first I'm scared. I don't know. Do I have a tail light out? I don't know. Now it's like, oh, I know what's going on. This is bullshit. And so, like, if one of the female officers telling me to calm down, I was like, nah, fuck that. You wasting my time. Do you do this to everybody? You know, I'm acting like an asshole.
Right.
At this point in time, I'm probably 28, maybe. I don't think my daughter was born yet, but no, she had to have been because I just started doing pulls at that point. Anyways, would I do that now? No. What do you need, officer? I mean, let's. Hey, what are we doing here? I'm not trying to be a smart ass, but yo, don't waste my time either. But I'm not gonna come at you like an asshole.
Would you have gotten out and approached the city guy before the cops got there? Be like, hey, is there something I
Back
can
then
help
or
you?
now?
Now.
No.
Be like, hey, is there something I can help you with? I noticed that you were.
No. I don't know if this dude's got a gun.
I mean, you work for the city. Although code enforcement is able to carry a gun, though.
It don't matter to me. I ain't trying to find out.
Right?
I would just go about my business as I was until it became, confrontational on his part for whatever reason.
Interesting. Very.
That was a funny day, though. I still drove my ass home. I was like, I'm going to give me a work permit to work in Palm Springs.
Jesus. Oh, because you didn't have that, because they could have written you up, right?
Yeah. Well, actually, no, because I had it planned out in my head. Because they didn't actually catch me working. So there's no law that I couldn't drive through Palm Springs with pull stuff in the back of my truck.
Got it. That's good.
Oh, I know.
That's good.
For example, I know a guy that does pulls that has regular car insurance on his vehicle, not business insurance or commercial insurance for the truck.
Oh, is it different?
Well, that's the debate that we're having.
Does it give you more coverage?
No, it's just more expensive
Why?
because it's commercial.
Fuck that.
Now, here's the deal. The way he looks at it is a commercial vehicle, in his opinion, is a bus. The bus itself is what's used for work. It transports people from one place to another. Okay?
Hold on, but that's city transit. That's something totally different.
Greyhound?
Transit?
But still, that's what we're talking about, transit.
Okay, go
A
ahead.
vehicle. The actual job of that bus is to take people from one place to the other.
Right, okay.
All right, cool. My truck, for example, if I'm that dude, takes me to work with my work stuff. I get out of my truck and I go to work in somebody's backyard. Just like you take your car to work. You get out and you go to work. It's just that my job is only 15 minutes. Then I got to drive to the next job for 15 minutes, get back into my truck. It drives me to the next job.
Jesus.
So, you know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
Why would my vehicle be considered a commercial vehicle that needs commercial car insurance? The vehicle transports me to my job. It just takes me to work so I can go to work. Just like it does a barber, just like it does a
Police officer?
car salesman.
Mm-hmm.
It's just taking me to work. A lawyer that carries all his case files in his briefcase, he takes it out of his trunk and goes into work.
Interesting. It's a pretty good argument.
See what I'm saying? I thought so.
At any point, did you think of fleeing?
Did I think of what?
Fleeing.
Hell no.
Why?
Because even at 25, 28, I still understood the the speed of a bullet.
That's fucking hilarious. Too much, Tony. I don't know, dude. This whole shit is fucking weird, dude. The whole thing that's going on in the world right now is weird. But hey, you know what? We're here for the ride, my friend. We are here for the motherfucking ride. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
Did you see the new Planet of the Apes?
Kingdom?
Yeah.
No, I didn't. I'm not interested. Is it good?
I don't know. I fell asleep.
Oh, then it's not good.
I was about 10 minutes in and I fell out. The AI that they used to do the apes and the apes talking was really awkward. Like, it looked too fucking real to me. Like, watching, I was like, ooh, Dad, I'm good. Could you imagine, bro?
Well, isn't that the point of it? To make it look real?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But could you imagine? Wake up one day and you're not smart anymore and fucking monkeys and apes are running shit?
Is that how this one is?
They're making a move, yeah.
Because I really like the original Planet of the Apes where, you know, the apes are smart, the humans were slaves, for
right,
lack of a better description.
Yeah.
You know, but then it started to go into apes and humans are equally as, you know, they're just against each other. That kind of got boring.
Right, because there's no more fight anymore. It's like,
it's like,
what are we watching? What's the conundrum now? What's the big deal? Jesus criminy. Crybaby ass people. So, your old lady didn't bring you nothing from Vegas?
No.
Dang.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed.
No candies. No cookies from nowhere. No pizza.
Couldn't give me a cupcake from somewhere. No
Nothing.
pizza.
Damn. She don't love you, Tony.
I know. I tell her that all the time.
Better check her when you get home. Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. Better watch yourself when you get home. You act right. You have any shout outs or any?
Yeah. Actually, first and foremost, we're in the month of August.
Okay.
So apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
Okay.
So happy birthday to my baby girl. It's her birthday at the end of the month. So as we get closer, you know, it'll say, but it's her birthday month.
Okay.
So whatever she wants, she gets. Happy birthday, baby girl.
Dang, you better start calling, sending text messages to your dad, not me though. Like, you know.
And let me see. Hold on one second. Monday, my sister-in-law, godmother to both my kids, Lydia. It's her birthday on Monday. So happy birthday, Lydia.
Nice. Happy birthday, Lydia.
And listener Raymond.
Okay.
Him and his old lady Bobby expecting baby number 2.
Nice. Congratulations,
Congratulations, Raymond. Xandria's gonna have a little brother or sister.
See what happens? We miss a episode, and he has babies. As long as he doesn't come after us for child support, we cool. Wasn't our fault. Anything else?
Oh, that's it.
All right. Again, if you guys have something that you want us to, talk about or help you out with that's going on in your life, mingosmadhouse@yahoo.com. That's mingosmadhouse@yahoo.com. And, we'll come on and tell your story. And Tony and I will do our best to help you out, man. See what our thoughts are and try to get you through whatever's going on in your life. All right, guys, we appreciate it. Thanks for listening. Love you guys. Bye.